Hey guys, welcome to
the Coyote Chronicles.
So Coach Lynn, what's your favorite pickup line?
All right, this one always works, Natalie.
Okay,
this one always works. Here's what you do. Boys, pay attention, okay? Here's what you say.
Pay attention.
Here's what you say, right? You walk up to a girl and you say, "Girl, you like Google. You got everything I'm searching for." Hey now, how are you, girl?
Good, and you? Okay.
Good.
So after coming out of last year's state championship, how do you ensure that Roswell High stays at that level?
That's tough, right? Because we start reading our headlines and we start thinking we're pretty good. So that's the toughest thing, is like keeping people hungry. I think one of the things that helps us at Roswell High is, we graduated a bunch of seniors.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the guys that are playing this year didn't get to play a whole lot last year. And so they're hungry to get on the field and make their mark. But as far as what I do, I have to keep them humble. You know what I'm saying? I have to kind of keep my thumb on them. Hey, we have a saying when we win a championship, there's a lot of room on top, but there's no place to sit down. Like, we've got to constantly be working. We've got to constantly getting better. And that's what it's about. A championship is the byproduct of doing things that are right all the time and being a consistent learner and being a consistent worker. And so we try to get better every day. If we feel like we do that, then we feel like we're going to be in the hunt for a championship every year. So just try to get better every day. Try to keep the pressure on a little bit, and just make sure the boys stay hungry. Yeah.
And when you say get better, do you think that that's just on the field or on and off the field as well?
No, we have a saying in our program: winners win. Yeah. We believe that you don't just win on the football field, right? Like, you win in the classroom. We feel like that's important. We do weekly grade checks. We reward good grades. We also feel like it's important to be good in the community. You got to win in the community. We kind of approach it like a three-legged stool, right? So it's a three-legged stool, right? And you got to win on the football field. You got to win in the community. You got to win in the classroom. If you do those three things, we've got a chance to be successful. But if you cut out one of those legs, then the stool falls over and we're not. Because, if you don't make your grades, you can't play, right? You get referrals, you can't play. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't put the work in to be a great player, you don't get to play. So it's a three-legged stool. We got to make sure we're addressing all three legs. Yeah.
And what lesson do you hope your boys take away from this season?
I feel like, we start every year as a coaching staff. Our number one goal is to help kids. We want our kids to reach their full potential. And again, it goes back to the winners win thing. Like, we want them to reach their full potential in the classroom. We want them to reach their full potential on the football field, and we want them to reach their full potential. And the way you do that is create an environment where you have to work every day. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. You have to continue to learn. You have to continue to get better every day. It's not a once in a while thing. It's an everyday thing. And we feel like what I want my kids to walk out of our program with is that ability, to get better every day. Whether you're a dad or you're a husband or you're an uncle or you're working a job or you're a boss, let's be a lifelong learner. Let's get better every day. Let's try to improve the lives of those around us.
Yeah. So how do you feel as your youngest son playing on offense, especially as a quarterback?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's the head coach and the quarterback are closely aligned. A lot of times when you lose, the head coach and the quarterback get a lot of the blame. And when you win, we probably get too much of it. So too much of the credit. So it's great. Luke had to pay his dues. He played behind Jacob Palomino last year, and then he's finally getting his opportunity to play quarterback. So it's just really special. The last 3 years, I've had 3 boys on the team, and we've had a lot of success. Forgive me for getting a little emotional. But, it's been great. It's been great to and then I have my dad on the staff. He's our offensive line coach. And so, I have 3 generations of Lynn. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool to dramatic, drastic, right?
So I know this one is kind of not controversial.
Oh, I like controversy.
But I think it's pretty cool. I think others would agree as well. How do you feel having a female coach, having a female on the coaching staff?
I think it's great. I think, here's what I believe. I believe men and women complement each other,
Mm-hmm.
right? I believe that there's a reason why you have a husband and a wife, right? Like I think, I look at my relationship with my wife, right? Like I'm more big picture. I'm more, let's focus on this, this isn't this big a deal. And she focuses more on the little things. Like she wants to make sure that we get places on time. She wants to make sure the boys have haircuts. And so because we're together, we kind of, it sounds corny, but we kind of complete each other. You understand what I'm saying? She highlights my weaknesses,
Yeah.
and I highlight her strengths. So we're a good working combination. And I think that translates over into football. I read a book one time last summer. It's called 0 to 1, and by Peter Thiel. I don't know, you may have heard him or not. He's a technology guy, and he was talking about how in the 1900s and the 1910s, we didn't let women work,
Mm-hmm.
right? And by not letting women work, we alienated half the talent in this country. And he's like, his point is, how much better off would we be if we would have let women work when they were able to work in the early days? So now we've moved past that, and women have the opportunity to work. But in football, that hasn't really happened.
Yeah.
It's mainly a male coaching sport. So what I like about it is, again, I think Haley brings a different perspective. She brings a different way of looking things, and I think that's making us better.
Yeah.
And so, I'm super excited about Haley, and I hope she stays on with us because, again, I think women look at things differently than men, and men look at things differently than women. And I think when we have that whole perspective, I think we have a chance to be a much better football team and a much better coaching staff.
Yeah. When she was introduced as one of the coaching members, do you think the team was a little bit shocked? What do you think their thoughts were about that?
She's coaching our freshmen,
Yeah.
and so I don't think they really had any thoughts about it. I mean, they're so new, and they're so eager, and they're so energetic, and they want to please and all that stuff. Like, I think she was just seen as a coach. And I think in the older kids, that might have been a little bit more of an issue. But with the age group that she's working with, I don't think it was. And then I think it's real important for me as the head coach to make my team understand that she has the same authority as I do,
Mm-hmm.
as the same authority as, that's my job as a leader, to ensure that, she's not looked any differently than, say, Coach Ramos or Coach Lovato, right? So I think I have a responsibility to manage that and make sure she's respected the way she needs to be respected. And again, I don't think the freshman, I think she was just Coach Bolaños.
And you can tell the impact she's had on them because they've been doing really good this season.
Yeah, they're doing good. So.
And with Haley being on the coaching staff, do you think it'll inspire other women to want to pursue their dreams, maybe in football or in other sports?
I hope. We have another coach, female coach here in the States. She works at Piedra Vista, and that's kind of where I got the idea from. Was Coach Hal at Piedra Vista. He had mentioned it, and I needed some coaches. And to be honest with you, it's really hard to find coaches. And when you're limiting half your talent pool by only hiring men. I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So if you have qualified people who want to do it and they're there, I mean, you need to give them an opportunity. So I hope it does inspire more female coaches to jump in and coach in football.
Yeah. And where do you see the football program going in about 2 to 3 years? Like, do you still see them being successful? Because I believe they can. Do you think that where do you see them in about 2 to 3 years?
I don't think there's going to be any letdown. I think you look at our freshmen right now, they're undefeated. They play Hobbs on Thursday. If they win that game, then they're probably going to play Lovington for the Border Conference Championship the following Thursday. So our freshmen are good. Our JV is 6-1 right now. They've only lost one game. I think our freshman and sophomore classes are really strong. Mm-hmm. And so, I really feel like in a couple of years, we're going to continue to grow and continue to get better. And, and the other thing is we've had a lot of transition on our coaching staff. We had some coaches leave, and so we've had to bring in some new people. And so I really feel in 2 or 3 years we can be better. And so I'm excited about the future of Coyote football and where we're headed and the opportunities that we have to continue to compete.
Is there any challenges you see this season, like playing against other teams, or in playoffs come? Do you see any challenges that y'all may need to get over?
Yeah, we've got some things we need to work on. Every team does. And again, we have a lot of turnover every year. We lost 31 seniors last year, so this is basically a new team.
Yeah.
So we're still kind of working through some of the things that we think that we can be good at and the things that we need to improve. So the biggest challenge for us is to not get satisfied and not grow comfortable. We've got to continue to get better, continue to improve, and continue to work. If we can do that, I think we'll be in the hunt again for a blue trophy. So the biggest challenge is just keeping these guys working hard and improving every week.
Well, I think that's it.
What do you think? What do you guys? What do you think about Kyle? What can we do better?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
All right. How do you see the team? Like, what are some of the things we can get better at?
Like you said, we did lose 31 seniors, you said? Mm-hmm. That's quite a lot. So obviously there is a new team. I just think with the coaching staff, y'all are going to do great at making sure that they can stay humble, that they have what they need to win championships. It's just about them putting in the work. And I think they'll put in the work. I know they can. I just think, I think they can be really successful because they have a great coaching staff and they're all so talented that whatever they put their mind to, they can accomplish.
Yeah. What do you think that we can do to create more school spirit? Like, what do you think that, how can we, I think like a lot of our athletes and a lot of our programs, they work really hard. And, we always have decent crowds at football games, but I see the soccer teams, and I see, our cross country people, and I see our band and our FFA. I see a bunch of our groups doing great work here. How can we generate more excitement in some of those programs and generate more school spirit? What do you think?
I say be more involved. That's a lot of, with our generation now, nobody wants to be involved with school spirit, and they just think it's embarrassing, which it's not. It's actually really fun once you do get involved. I just think you got to put yourself out there and get out your comfort zone, really.
Yeah. I think you're right. I look at I think COVID was really detrimental.
Yeah.
I think, that year we basically stayed in our bedrooms and looked at computer screens. What you're talking about, not being able to put yourself out there and be uncomfortable, it extenuated that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like kids it's hard for them to get off that phone and get out of their bedroom and put themselves out there. And I just think, put yourself out there, man. You only have high school one time, right?
Yeah.
You only get to go to pep rallies one time, right? I tell my classes all the time, they don't have prom at Walmart.
Yeah.
Right? You go to work at Walmart, there's no spirit days, right? There's no spirit days on that construction site, right? You only get to do high school once. So put yourself out there, have a good time, and it's very rewarding when you do those things. And like this right here, man, this podcast, I think this is so cool. You guys are, putting yourself out there, creating content, man. This is awesome. I think we need to do more of this stuff. So I think you've done a great job, Natalie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Coyote Chronicles. Was that the best 5 minutes of your life?
Yeah.